Are the Vancouver Canucks about to make a game-changing move? With recent roster adjustments, it looks like they're gearing up to create significant salary cap space that could bring in some serious talent. This isn't just speculation. It's a strategic play by GM Patrick Allvin and his team as they eye a competitive future. Stick around, because we're diving deep into what this means for the Canucks and how it sets the stage for a potential blockbuster edition. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button for all the latest updates on the Vancouver Canucks. The Vancouver Canucks are really gearing up to make some serious moves as we approach the NHL trade deadline. If you've been following the team closely, you know that the management's focus on salary cap space isn't just a side project. It's woven into the very fabric of their strategy for success moving forward. And let's be real, for those of us who are passionate about this team, that's exciting. The recent decision to waive Nils Åman was a pivotal moment. While some analysts thought he could be a valuable asset given the league's current center shortages, the Canucks opted to send him down to Abbotsford. This move isn't just about Åman. It's about the ripple effect it creates in the salary cap situation. With his $825,000 cap hit off the books, the Canucks are now in a position to start accumulating valuable cap space, which is essential as they look to make significant upgrades to the roster. Now let's break this down a bit further. The Canucks are set to accumulate about $4,296.88 in extra cap space each day, thanks to Åman's reassignment. And here's where it gets really interesting. With Dakota Joshua set to return from IR, there won't be any immediate changes to the cap hit since his salary has already been factored in. This means the Canucks can continue to build their cap space daily, potentially even more if they utilize the flexibility offered by players like Arshdeep Bains and Erik Brannstrom. This strategy could lead to adding a player with an impact of at least $6 million to the roster before the trade deadline. Think about that for a moment. If they play their cards right, they could have the financial flexibility to bring in a significant talent without sacrificing current assets. For a team that's been trying to find its footing in a competitive Western Conference, this is a huge opportunity. However, I can't help but feel a bit conflicted. While I appreciate the long-term vision of accumulating cap space, there's always the risk of injuries. The Canucks have not exactly been immune to the injury bug, and any significant setbacks would complicate this plan. If we have to call up players from Abbotsford due to injuries, it could limit how much cap space they can accumulate. It's a delicate balance that management must navigate. And speaking of injuries, the potential return of Thatcher Demko in a few weeks adds another layer of intrigue. If they can manage to keep their current roster healthy until then, they could send Arturs Silovs down to Abbotsford for some much-needed playing time. This would further enhance their cap flexibility, enabling them to continue this upward trend in available space. It's impressive to think that this entire strategy was executed without losing any assets. The Canucks have positioned themselves to be proactive rather than reactive, which is something we haven't seen in years. It feels like they are finally taking the necessary steps to build a competitive team, not just for this season, but for the future as well. But I have to ask, was this the best decision? I'm honestly torn. While I'm excited about the potential moves, I can't shake the feeling that we're still 1 or 2 injuries away from a situation that could derail these plans. And that's where you come in, Canucks fans. What do you think? Do you believe this strategy will pay off? What are your expectations for the team as we move closer to the deadline? I want to hear your thoughts down in the comments. As we navigate through this thrilling season, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. Make sure to hit that notification bell to stay in the loop with all the latest Canucks news. Together, let's keep the conversation going about our beloved team and what lies ahead.